Yes, fall is in full swing and the Magnusons are headed to Papa's Pumpkin Patch. But first, coffee. Yum. Also, the food here is very good and very warm, so best be careful when consuming.
I was driving us to the pumpkin patch, which was about an hour and a half away, and Tom was going to be my navigator, and we had an amazing podcast to listen to.
Papa's Pumpkin Patch is just north of Bismarck, but not quite off the beaten path like Cow's Creamery. Thought about asking these guys for directions, but thought better than to ask these sinister characters.
Papa's Pumpkin Patch began in 1983 as a happy accident. They were asked to plant pumpkins for a friend who wanted them for a parade float. They planted a few pumpkin seeds, and it wasn't a good season, too wet and too cold. Add to that, the parade was moved from October to September. They had hundreds of green pumpkins for the parade, not near enough orange for their friends' requests. So they decided to invite local grade school teachers to bring their classes to the pumpkin patch a few weeks later when the pumpkins turned orange. They hauled some of them into the yard and decided it would be extra special if each child could take one home. Since then, they've grown from one class of 20 children to nearly 8,000 preschool and elementary students visiting Papa's Pumpkin Patch each season. In 1989, they opened Papa's to the public, and today their season runs from mid-September to mid-October. This year will bring an estimated 25,000 to 30,000 pumpkins, gourds, decorative corn, and related harvest items to their yard, and around 70,000 people in a 7-week season will visit.
Probably the coolest thing about Papa's is the sheer magnitude size of the pumpkin patch and the fact that you're not going out and just actually finding the pumpkins. The pumpkins are already out, laid, and they're in some sort of, it almost seems like there's a method to the madness, but they're really just laid out across the landscape, and there's plenty of bins and places as well that have set up like miniature pumpkins and gourds and all kinds of things.
They also have a lot of areas set up where you can take family photos, like this truck here. An interesting aspect of Papa's Pumpkin Patch is that the owner's home is on the property, and they lay out the pumpkins and all these photo opportunities literally in their backyard and their front yard. So their house is a log cabin, and then all of the pumpkin and activities is surrounding their home, which just makes it a very special atmosphere. The property also has a nature trail that you get to walk through, which is really fun. And at this time of year, there's the leaves on the ground, and so you're able to get the fall feel with the leaves crunching underneath your feet. It was a particularly hot day when we went to visit the pumpkin patch, and something we enjoyed very much was that they had large otter pops that we got to snack on while we were walking around.
There's also many activities like zip lines and these little go-karts and a haymaker. Oh, did you see that? That kid just fell. Oh my gosh. We're going to have to go back here a second. So, yeah, a lot of fun things to do, but take a look at this. I highlighted it. So there's this kid coming up here that just totally bites it. There he goes. Oh, and then this kid right here, gotta point at him. Gotta point it out, right? All jokes aside, that happens from time to time. On with the tour.
One of the many activities that they have for kids at the pumpkin patch are pony rides. As you can see here, the kids are enjoying a fun little ride. Also, across from the ponies, they have the Papa's pumpkin launchers.
So on first time coming up, I think it was failure to launch, but you'll see here the second time that we're able to get a pretty good effect here. So the pumpkin ends up getting launched. And I think it kind of like splits in half. So you'll see it right here as we zoom in. And then I don't know where it ends up, but yeah, that was a nice little launch right over the freeway. Here's also a nice little horse and carriage ride as well. There's even a mini golf course and another concession stand. No shortage of places to freshen up here at Papa's Pumpkin Patch. I want to make sure that you're comfortable. And I'm definitely tall enough to ride, but couldn't fit on this one.
JoJo's gift store is a really fun stop at the pumpkin patch. Inside, you can get ice cream and treats, but they also have shirts, and something that was really fun was all of their decor. The decorations feel kind of like something you'd get from a thrift store, so you get to kind of hunt through all the items to see if you can find a treasure.
Well, we've gone this far, and I'd say that after JoJo's, this is about it. Definitely no shortage of places for kids to play and the family to have a good time. So we ask that you would please like and subscribe to our channel, and ask that you'd comment with your favorite Halloween candy. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye from the Magnusons.